Okay, guys, so if you haven't seen the first part of this, this was kind of me just giving a little background with this wig for this client. But so now I'm about to do a tutorial on, well, not tutorial, I don't want to say tutorial because I'm not really like teaching. I'm basically really showing y'all what I do, how I do what I do. So yeah, so okay, when my clients come in and they come in for like consultations, during the consultations I do their measurements, my little handy dandy measuring book. If I lose this book, I would die. All my clients' measurements are in here, and whenever they need a wig, they're like, Mo, make me another one. I already got the measurements. I just go back in here and I refer to it. I can't. I would cry if I lose this. Like, I don't know if y'all can see it. I would cry. I would cry. Which basically tells me I need to transfer this information onto a computer or something, which I plan to do as soon as I get the time. But anyway, so my client came in, you know, for her free consultation at that time, and I took her measurements. So her measurements are in here, and based off of her measurements, she's 20.5 inches, but this time I actually put hers in my phone because I didn't have my little handy book with me at the time that we did the consultation. So what is her measurements again? Oh, so sorry, y'all. Okay, so her measurements are 20 inches and a half. 20.5 inches, look at me. 20.5 inches going around. That's the circumference. Front to back, she's 12.5 inches front to back. And ear to ear, she's 10.5 inches. So those are the measurements I got to make her a frontal wig. So right here, I have a 21-inch head mannequin. Yes, she is measured 20.5, but I chose a 21-inch mannequin. And I did that for a certain reason that I will not discuss. Let me stop. But yeah, so I do have a, this mannequin is dying. Look at it. It's yeah. It's time to get me a new one, but me not want a new one. I love this one. So I use a stool whenever I'm making the wigs. I do have a stand. I don't know if y'all can see it. I do have what's it called? A wig head stand or whatever, but I like this because then I can put the stuff right on this thing. So the cap that I'm gonna be using is this right here. Make your own wig. It comes in another size. Depending on the client's measurements, this determines which cap I'm gonna use. Of course, she's a 20.5, so her head is small. So I'm using the regular size cap for her. And then, oh, well, this one is new, slightly different. Not what I'm used to, but I know how to still make it work. I'm just trying to set up the cap properly. Okay, so this wig is 21, like I told y'all. She's actually 20.5 around the head, but is the reason why I'm using this 21-inch mannequin. And so now I'm putting the frontal, and I'm trying to measure out the placement of the frontal and see if I need to cut it, because what people don't realize is when you have a smaller head and you make your wig, the reason why it's not going to be snug is, remember, this lace is not stretch. It's not stretchable. The only thing that stretches is this cap, this elastic band on this cap. So if your frontal, when you place it, like right now, look at this. When I place this frontal, right, you see that it's gonna be from here, it's gonna be stitched down, right? From there to, put this one, from here to there. So basically you have just this place right here to sew your tracks on. And this place right here is all the elastic that you have. Because remember, whatever's underneath this part gets cut off. So it's only here that's left. So if you're using a frontal that is like too long, and your ear to ear wise, your face is like really, really small, you want to cut that lace frontal down so you can have more of this. So if the frontal stops here and you only sewing tracks right here, that wig is gonna just be flying off your head. You need more of this elastic to stretch to fit. So if it's like stopping like here and here, that's good. That's good enough for it to be snug without, like right now I don't have a band on this one. I just snatch it off like that though. But I don't have a band. I'm gonna add a band though. I like bands, but I don't have a band on that. But I do have enough elastic band. This is what I'm talking about. I have enough from ear to ear, like not ear to ear, but I have enough back there. Even though up here was cut off, of course, from the cap, I have this. I have enough stretch. There's enough stretch back there to kind of grip it. See what I'm saying? So I don't have to necessarily use a band, but I'm going to, because, look at that. It just, even though it feels snug, but if somebody was to come snatch it, they would snatch it. You see what I'm saying? So I'd rather use the band so that they can't snatch it. But this whole time I've been sitting here, it ain't like it was falling off my head. And look at me right now. Look at that. No band. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. But anyways though. So that ear to ear measurement comes in handy with that. Oh my God, I'm looking crazy now because I'm doing too much. But so what I'm trying to do is look at it, keeping in mind her measurement, and I'm looking. But right now what I need is, did I bring enough pins? Right now what I need to do is actually pin the wig on so that I can kind of see if I'm gonna need to cut it or not. So I'm just trying to pin it down. And that's what you want to do. You just want to pin down the wig. Try to even it out on both sides. Okay, just to save my video, because I was using a lot just now, so I feel like I still have enough right here to just sew the tracks, so I don't need to cut the frontals, because what I would have did was cut a piece of it at the ends, maybe like a half here and a half here, just so I could have more band. But I don't need to. It actually worked out. So because sometimes some frontals, even though it's supposed to be 13 by 4, it could be like 14, like they add extra. So I usually would cut it. But this one, I think it's perfectly fine. So I just have it like just tacked down. So you see, it's tacked down. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to stitch. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the stitching from the middle. I like to start from the middle, and I'm gonna go all the way down, and then come back up, and then down to this side, and do the same thing, and then come back up and finito. So here in this clip, I'm just stitching on the frontal. So I'm gonna take it down from the like I stated previously, from the center down to the sides, and from the sides back to the center, down to the other side, and then finish up in the center. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I just try to speed up through this. So now that I have gone down on that right side, I'm going back up, and as I go back up, I'm gonna now stitch in between each stitch I made. So like at first I did like big stitches, so now I'm gonna go over those big stitches, and now they'll become smaller stitches, if that makes any sense. So that's pretty much what I'm doing over here. It's just going in between those same stitches again, and that's just so that it can really flush, and there won't be like any lumps or any holes between the cap and the lace frontal. And that also helps it have like an extremely flat look. So here I'm just showing you guys what I'm trying to do with sewing the tracks in the back and where I'll be placing them. So here's even a more clearer view of my hand movement. So you can see I'm going to be sewing these tracks in a curve, not straight, but in a curve. When you sew in a curve, it has a better, nice lay. Okay, and it also has this nice, it just has a better flow. Okay, so I'm just stitching away. Now with my first stitch, I usually would put the needle through the tracks. Then after that, I go around the tracks. And that's pretty much how I do it. So I'm gonna be quiet because this is the boring part. It's just sewing tracks on. But in the back though, I will be tripling my bundles. But as I go up further, I'm gonna just double them. Because again, you know, it's 4 bundles and my client has a small head. But I'm trying to make sure I fit every single thing in. So I'm just showing you guys how I'm just stitching. I'm just stitching and stitching. I use those ballpoint pins just to hold the tracks in place. If you're a person that you're not good at stitching in nice lines, that would help you. I just like doing it myself. I could stitch without them, but I like having them there. They just help. Why not? So now I'm getting closer to the finish line, y'all. So I'm actually so my placement of the tracks have changed now, because I'm getting closer to the end. Still going left to right, but in a slight curve. So here I'm about to lay the last track and be done. Finally, it's so far. But because let me tell you, it's tedious, but I do enjoy it though. But anyways though, so I'm just trying to finish off that track, and I'm gonna cut it off, close it out, and then that'll be it, and the wig will be ready. So guys, please like, subscribe, share, show to your friends, your sister, your Mara, everybody. I plan to do more of these videos. Hope you guys like it. Thumbs up.